Let's show you how to create a purchase order now within IQ Reseller. To create a purchase order within IQ Reseller, you want to hover over the buy option in the blue bar, and we have a couple of options here now. You can go directly to create a purchase order, or you can go to the purchase order dashboard. If you go to the purchase order dashboard, the dashboard here is going to show you all of your in-transit purchase orders, all of your received purchase orders that are closed out. So receive in the system means that purchase orders that have been completed and are fully received, and then you have your all. Go back to in transit. We're going to click on new down here at the bottom, and we're going to create a new purchase order. So first thing you're going to notice that vendor is in red, as well as terms and conditions. Those are the required fields that you need to create a purchase order. So we're going to click on the spotlight, and we're going to select the vendor that we want to create a purchase order to. So we're going to create a purchase order to Chase Consulting, and this is going to populate any of the fields that you've set up within the CV code to automatically pull to the purchase order. So this one already had term set, condition set, as well as a PO type, a workflow template, a service fee template, and an erasure method. If we click on addresses, it has also automatically added its main contact, the ship from address, and then the ship to, which will of course will be yourself. If you ever need to change these, you can click on the spotlight icon here, and if you have multiple addresses for the client vendor code that you selected for this purchase order, you can select from this screen, or you can do a one-time address as well, which will not save it in the system, but will save it to this purchase order. To add items to the purchase order, you will want to click New Line. New pop-up will appear, and then you will want to select what items that you want to start to add to this purchase order. For this example, we'll click on the spotlight icon here, and let's type in MacBook Pro, and let's add that we have a rep that is going to buy one of these for $250. At this point, you can select the condition in the warehouse you want it automatically to default to. I have this system set to do as is. And then from there, we're going to hit save. Now, if we go to additional information, you will see we have user-defined fields. So if there's any type of customer information that you need to also track with this purchase order, you can. You have up to 25 user-defined fields. For this example, we have quarantine days and estimated weight. So if you want to track the shipment weight coming in, you can. For example, with that is you can have your warehouse team weigh this shipment once it gets here, and we can say that this would be 5 pounds. If it has any known hazardous materials, you can do shipment tracking numbers, the shipper that's shipping to you as well. And then over here we have a couple of date fields that are very important with purchase orders, and if you're using our client portal, you will want to engage and use these dates as well. So expected date is the date that you expect it to be closed, so your SLA of when this purchase order needs to be closed by. Closing date is once receiving is completely done with this purchase order, you want them to go back to the additional information tab here and select the closing date of when it closes. For example, we'll select that this closes on the 15th of tomorrow. And then the acceptance date will be the date that it actually hits your dock doors as well. We also have one more important date up here to where this will be the ship date or the anticipated date that it's going to ship to your facility as well. Going back to the purchase order, you have the ability to view the line. You can duplicate the line, which will duplicate the line exactly. You can delete that duplicated line by clicking delete line and clicking OK. We also allow you to add attachments, so you can add scopes of work, MSAs, any type of contract material, and then you can also add photos of the shipment coming to your facility if it's damaged. And then item summary will allow you to group all like items together. The reason why these two are not grouped is because we have one that has been removed as well as you have one that's still available. So if these both show the available status, they would be grouped together. What's also nice is if you delete something from a purchase order, we also keep that copy to show that it was removed. Up here at the top now too, you can assign new tasks. So if someone has a certain task that has to be done with this purchase order, you can click on new task and create a task right to this PO module and then assign it to the rep within the system that you want to do something with this purchase order. So it could be a warehouse technician, could be a purchase manager for approval, and you can also add attachments to new tasks as well. And then up over here, if you ever need to email out from the system, we have the drop-down menu here to where you can select email. You can email right out of the system. Remember, the email within IQ Reseller does have to have a subject line and body in the text as well, and there would be your attachment. So here's what a purchase order looks like within IQ by double-clicking that. We open that up. Here is the purchase order. We'll go ahead and close that out. Close this. If you ever just want to print as well, you click the drop-down arrow and go back to print. And if you ever want to modify what shows on that purchase order as well, you click setup, and you can have the ability to display different currency info, comments, condition codes, company logo, and additional information as well. And then last but not least, we have the comments section here. You have your internal comments and comments to vendor. And if you right click, you can add a manual timestamp, and then you can put a message below it, as well as you also have predefined comments to where you can say that this is a blind drop ship as well, and these can all be customizable within your system. So that is how you create a purchase order within IQ Reseller.